To comprehend the magnitude of what Eala has achieved, one must first understand the impossibly humble, almost improbable, origins of her journey. Eala was not born into a tennis tradition. She grew up in a country where tennis has long been an afterthought, a sport played by a niche community, overshadowed entirely by the national obsession with basketball. The very infrastructure of the sport was, in her own words, a challenge. I grew up on a court where a basketball court was painted over a tennis court. There would be basketball hoops. I couldn't really step back a lot because then I would hit the basketball hoop, she revealed in a post-match interview at Wimbledon. This was the birthplace of a champion. On a makeshift court, dodging basketball hoops, honing the skills that would eventually topple the world's best. The journey began when she was just 4 years old, introduced to the sport by her late grandfather, Roberto Maniego, whom she affectionately called Lolo Bob. Every day, under his guidance, Eala practiced on that same court, nurturing a passion that would soon demand a bigger stage. Recognizing her prodigious talent, her parents, Michael and Riza Maniego Eala, made the life-altering decision to send her to Spain at just 13 years old to train at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy. It was a leap of faith that would define her future. At the Nadal Academy, Eala's potential blossomed. She absorbed the techniques, the discipline, and the professional mindset that separates the elite from the rest. A poignant moment in her development came in 2023 during her graduation from the academy, where the guest of honor was none other than IGA Swiatek, the then world number 1. Swiatek presented Eala with her diploma and delivered an inspiring address, telling the graduates she hoped they would be tenacious and give 100% to their endeavors. Eala took those words to heart. The teacher and the student were on a collision course for a historic showdown. Eala's rapid rise through the ranks was undeniable. In 2022, she became the first Filipina to win a junior Grand Slam singles title at the US Open, earning her a spot on the cover of Vogue in her home country. But it was her explosive breakthrough in 2025 at the Miami Open that signaled her arrival on the world stage. Ranked outside the top 100, she stunned the tennis world by defeating Swiatek, Jelena Ostapenko, and Madison Keys, all Grand Slam champions, to reach the semifinals. It was a Cinderella run that announced to the world that a new force was rising in the women's game. The humble girl from the basketball-lined courts of Manila had just beaten the world's best on one of the biggest stages in tennis. The Miami Open 2025 was the spark. The 2026 season, however, has been the blazing fire. Eala's consistency and steady climb up the WTA rankings have proven that her breakthrough was no fluke. She has evolved from a dangerous underdog to a formidable, established force. The 2026 season has been a masterclass in growth and resilience, solidifying her place in the top echelons of the sport. She began 2026 with a career-high ranking that she would repeatedly shatter as the months progressed. After a strong performance at the ASB Classic, Eala made back-to-back round of 16 appearances at 2 of the biggest WTA 1000 events, Indian Wells and the Miami Open. Her run in Miami was particularly noteworthy, where she defeated Magda Linette after Linette had stunned Swiatek, showcasing her ability to navigate a challenging draw. While her tournament ended in the 4th round against Karolina Machova, Eala demonstrated the mental maturity that has become a hallmark of her game. Even though I had great wins, after a great win, I'm not all that good, and after a bad loss, I'm not all that bad, she stated, reflecting on her experience, showcasing a level-headedness beyond her years. These impressive runs lifted her to a career-high world number 29 in March. The grass court season proved to be the springboard for her ultimate breakthrough. Eala's game, which she previously thought was ill-suited for grass, suddenly clicked. She won her second WTA 125 title at the Birmingham Open, building momentum and confidence. In Berlin, she sent shockwaves through the tennis world by defeating world number 2 Elena Rybakina and number 8 Alina Svitolina on her way to the semifinals. I try to take every opportunity one can. On grass, I try to step in, be brave, and whenever I see an opportunity, I go for it. That's been the whole idea behind my game, Eala explained of her newfound affinity for the surface. Her success on the grass also saw her team up with tennis legend Venus Williams in doubles at the Bad Homburg Open, a testament to how her status in the sport had skyrocketed. Entering Wimbledon as the first Filipino seeded in a major singles tournament, Eala was poised for something special. She first dispatched her opponents with clinical efficiency, including a 3-set comeback victory against Australia's Maya Joint, setting up a monumental third-round clash. With a ranking of world number 28 after the tournament, Eala's 2026 season is no longer a Cinderella story, but a testament to her status as a true contender in women's tennis. She had proven that she could compete with and consistently beat the absolute best in the world. And then came Wimbledon. The stage was set. Center court. The defending champion, Iga Swiatek, the world number 3 and a 6-time major winner, stood across the net. For Alex Eala, this was not just another match. It was a coronation. The third-round clash would go down as one of the greatest upsets in tennis history and a defining moment in Philippine sports. From the very first point, Eala displayed a fearless brand of tennis. She went toe-to-toe with Swiatek, refusing to be overawed by the occasion or her opponent's formidable reputation. The first set was a colossal battle, a testament to Eala's mental fortitude. She saved 2 set points and eventually clinched a nerve-shredding tiebreak 11-9. The center court crowd, initially perhaps expecting a routine win for Swiatek, was quickly won over by the tenacity of the young Filipina. The stunned silence of the Swiatek camp was palpable. "I don't know how to describe it," Eala said later. "I went to the second week of a slam, and it's amazing for me." If the first set was a war of attrition, the second set was a statement of intent. Eala, who had saved 8 of 11 break points in the match, broke Swiatek early and never looked back. She dismantled the champion's game, hitting 24 winners to just 21 unforced errors, while Swiatek's unforced errors mounted to 44. The final scoreline, 7-6, 11-9, 6-2, sent shockwaves across the tennis world. The defending champion had been dethroned by a player who, until a year ago, was fighting her way into the main draw. The symbolism was not lost on anyone. 3 years after Swiatek presented Eala with her diploma, their roles had reversed. The student had become the master. In her on-court interview, Eala dedicated the victory not just to her family and her country, but to her younger self. "I went to train every day after school with my ruffled socks, light-up shoes, and chubby cheeks. To younger me, this is everything," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. "This goes out to them, my family, and all the girls with ruffled socks and chubby cheeks." The quote instantly went viral, a beautiful tribute to the journey of a young girl who had dared to dream. The victory was more than just a personal achievement. It was a victory for her nation. It marked her as the first player from the Philippines, male or female, to reach the 4th round of a Grand Slam in the Open era. She had advanced to the second week of Wimbledon, a feat that elevated her to national treasure status. The victory was so monumental that it even drew praise from tennis icon Billie Jean King, and the official Rafa Nadal Academy paid tribute to their outstanding graduate, posting, "So proud of you, Alexandra Eala. Keep shining. The best is yet to come. Vamos." Alex Eala's impact has extended far beyond the tennis court. She has accomplished something truly remarkable. She has unified a nation and transformed a basketball-crazed country into a tennis-believing one. In the Philippines, where sport has historically been synonymous with boxing and basketball, Eala has sparked a revolution, creating a new generation of fans and inspiring the entire country with her achievements. Her Wimbledon run created a phenomenon unseen in the Philippines since the prime of Manny Pacquiao. When she took the court against Iga Swiatek, the country came to a standstill. Massive public watch parties were organized, with thousands of Filipinos packing venues like the Philsports Arena in Pasig City. Waving Philippine flags, they erupted in cheers with every point Eala won. "She unifies Filipinos," said Kuya Barong, a famous superfan who attended one of the watch parties. "I felt her when allowed us to believe in our sports heroes again, that we can win and dominate in a sport we haven't traditionally excelled in." In sports bars across the country, Eala's matches drew more attention than simultaneous FIFA World Cup broadcasts. A basketball nation had found a new champion. Eala's success has also caught the attention of the country's highest office. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., who was on a state visit in Canada during her victory over Swiatek, released a statement congratulating her and hailing her triumph as a moment of national pride. "You have become the